On to October. Now, October's a little bit more elaborate. I've been playing World of Warcraft for about 3 years, 4 years. I think it's 3 years. And ever since I had it, I was always in love with the Taurens. Taurens are just amazing. They're big beastly things. Everybody thinks they're evil, but they're not. And I decided that I've always wanted to cosplay them. And last year, while creating my own steampunk character, I decided with my parents, who are also cosplayers, thank God, that I will be doing a Death Knight Tauren, more knownly as Deathhoof, who is not my character, it's my partner's character. Now, I know it's not till October, and I know it's literally just gone from January to February, but last year I decided to get bits in to help along. More noticeably, in Halloween time, went round boot sales again and shops like Poundland, and I found these. Now, these are amazing. They weren't originally hollow at the front. I have actually carved away, but they are polystyrene. Very, very lightweight, and for the monster I am about to create, it is a perfect size. These are going on the shoulders, so when I get my shoulder pads, they'll be going on my shoulders like that. Now, they will be filled with blue LEDs and will be buffed up a little bit. They need to be covered in a little bit of black paint and then buffed up with silver paint, just to give a armoury effect. I have started creating the base of my shoulder pads. This is just the first half of it. It's nothing major, obviously it's just cardboard at this precise moment, but I don't know if you can see, that is just the first little section. If I can just hold that there. The second section will have the skull on it, and will be coming onto, I'll just turn that a bit, there, like so. Now that's going to then have a huge tusk which will come up across here, and it will block my face from turning side to side like that. It just managed to keep my head forward, so I can nod, but I can't move my head side to side. These tusks will come around straight forward like this. They'll go down and then they'll go up. So it will be basically a case of coming along the front here and then curving up. And the webcam isn't big enough to show it, unfortunately. But this is how I start all my armour works. This is just a base of what it's going to be. And then obviously once I foam it, I do a layer of card, then foam, and then mod rock on top. That covers the whole thing. Underneath then I put another layer of foam just for protection of my shoulder, so it's not too rough or heavy. It will then be covered in PVA glue. The whole thing's covered in PVA glue. Then covered in paint, which is usually acrylic paint. Then covered in more PVA glue, spray painted with what I need. Again, it's like a black silver with a hint of blue, so lots of gradient works to be done there. And then it's covered in varnish, which gives it a solid feel. Strap works, it's all going to be held together with Velcro, heavy duty Velcro, as well as having some strap work which will then hold it to my body. The heads will be hot glued on, so it's going to be quite a big. I've got two of these, by the way. These will be going on either side of me, so you can tell it's going to be a really big costume. The next ones I bought are just around here. I have two of these, but I can only find one at the moment. These were wall plaques. Now these are going on my legs, so I have to still make the cardboard cutouts for these. I haven't started that yet. I thought that was taking the mick going and completing this costume before I even finished doing Power Man. But these skulls will be filled with light, as you can tell. These weren't hollow, but again I've hollowed them out again. And these will be filled with blue LEDs. so you get a nice glow. I can actually probably show you with one of them. This isn't blue, it's white at the moment, but you'll get the rough idea of what I'm going for. I'll just put that in there. I've made a hole in the back. I don't know if you can see that, but that pops out. Basically, the lights will go in there and shine out. But they'll be the light will probably be facing upwards, not downwards. But yeah, you get an idea of what I'm going for. These will be on my legs. These are part of my leg guards. I have 2 of them, like I said. The next section I made was walking around boot sale again. This horrid dress. It was made out of this kind of multi-toned velvet stuff, lined in green. Absolutely horrid. But me being me, I didn't see it for a dress, I saw it for being fabric. And it was the perfect fabric for my Tauren's cape. Now, all I did was cut down the sides. Literally cut down the sides, take off the arm bits, the horrible arm bits, take off the frilly neck piece, and then just started sewing around certain areas and made it into a cape. It literally slides over my back, over my head, and it'll fit around my Tauren head quite fine. It's very stretchy. This is the headpiece where it goes through, and it just stretches massively out, which is fantastic. It has a lovely shimmer to it. So I then decided to buy some silver ribbon, and obviously being just Christmas gone, I waited till after Christmas and managed to get the dress for 20p, which is a bargain for the fabric, and the actual ribbon I managed to get for 20p as well, and it's 20p for 3 meters, so I managed to get a load of it, which is brilliant. But I basically lined the outside of the cape with that, and as you can see, it gives a really lovely contrast along there. It still needs ironing, that's why it looks a bit bunched up and everything. It still needs ironing, but it's just beautiful contrast, absolutely amazing contrast. The lining, the green lining inside was fantastic as well. It's ideal for what I need it for. So who could pass up something for 40p that took roughly, what, 2 hours to finish sewing? It was ideal. Then came the biggest thing I decided to start making. I got bored. Usual story for me. I can't do any more work on Powman because I need to get a one-piece suit, and then I can start putting fabric onto that. But unfortunately I don't get paid until 2 weeks time from today, so I won't be able to do anything about that. So working on my Tauren stopped me from being bored, and I decided to create the head. Now, people are always gobsmacked at how fast I work. This was a new challenge to me though. This only took, in total, I think it's about 17 hours to make, just the head, in total, which isn't long considering the outcome of it. I'm really happy with it. Still some bits that need doing, but that'll come later. It will come. But this is still considered a base. I started out with something I've never done before. Usually I do a fur head suit wrapped around the head. It's literally cardboard wrapped around the head, over, and then a basic frame shape on top. This time I used a helmet. Now, this can be a bit awkward for me to show you without giving away too much, but this is what I'll be wearing. Yes, that is a helmet covered by lots and lots of upholstery foam. Now, the upholstery foam thing was fantastic. I went out on a day trip with my parents and my partner, and there was this massive, and I mean absolutely massive, trailer full of upholstery foam. What it was is a ship seating makers were actually clearing out their warehouse, and it was full of big sheets of upholstery foam. This upholstery foam, just for what I use on the head, I worked out from the shop where I usually get it, would have come in at roughly £38 just for the head. And I got it for free. Actually, at the moment, we shoved the cuff so full of this upholstery foam that we had trouble closing the doors. I could just barely fit in the back of the car. But we have shoved everything up in the loft, and it's come in handy. Now the helmet is from my dad's work. It's an old helmet he didn't need, and he said, would I like it? Now I always thought, oh, I'll never use it, but I have, and it is a lifesaver, to be honest. This will be my first fursuit for myself. I usually do fursuits. I've done Con and Gizmo for my father. I made them for my dad. He wore them at Expos. I made Kung Fu Panda for my partner Les, and I've made like a badger head for a friend of mine. I've made a lion form head for a friend of mine, and I've always been kind of jealous. I've always wanted to do my own quad suit or my own fursuit. So what better than the one I've always wanted to do? Now, it started off basic helmet, foam, outlining. I then covered that with a fabric, and from there we have, let me just move this up out of the way. I need to push you back a second, sorry about the wonky camera. But from there we have this guy. Now unfortunately you can't see very well what he looks like, but this is the start of my Tauren. He has floppy movable ears, he has bendable horns, he has a nose, yes, a nose, and very lightweight. He doesn't have eyes, if you've noticed, but in fact he does. Death Knight Taurens and Death Knights in total don't actually have eyes. They have glowy eyes. So Dad, on his trips again round boot sales, found a stall that sold singular LEDs. I think they were used for bikes, to be perfectly honest, but these are fantastic. And as you can see, it gives a massive, awesome glow. Now, I don't look through the eyes. I'm looking underneath. I'll put this on in a second so you can see. But he now has glowing eyes, which I'm so happy about. Everything is a beautiful fur. Still lots of work to do on him, but it's old pillowcases. I found at a boot sale some pillowcases, and I don't know if you can see up close. Let's see if we can get it. Just about. You can see it's all curly. Well, they only wanted 10p for 4 of these pillows, so for 10p, and I have a fursuited head. The only problem is I need some long pile black fur. A friend of mine said that she's got some, so she's going to be giving that to me. Thank you so much, Rachel. But that's just to go in the centre part, just above the eyes, and I need to do some braids. So the long pile fur will be cut into strips, plated, and then stuck inside. And I'll wear the helmet now so you can see what it actually looks like with me in it. Now, the helmet is a little bit big, but if I get that on, right there, just fell. If I get that on, there we go. Now that fits on snugly. I look absolutely ridiculous in this, but this will be sewn together, so all you will see is that. You won't actually see me in it. You'll see the head on top, and I'll be walking with the head slightly down anyway. So he has the hump back as well, which is what everyone has. And this actually looks like I've got a really awesome hat on. But yes, that's basically my first time of actually making a fursuit head on a hat. But the whole idea is that I have full vision. So all I do is just cross this over. This will all be sewn back. And I can see underneath. When walking around, there'll be a black net here. When walking around, no one will see my actual eyes. But I will be actually a lot taller than what it looks there. Everything looks very big at the moment. There's a whole reason to it. I'm actually wearing boots, which makes me at least 2 inches taller than normal. I'm already 5'11", so I'll be roughly 6 foot odd with these boots on. Not only that, I'll be putting wooden blocks on the bottom of my feet and building up some hooves around that. Now, these blocks are going to be about 6 inches tall. So the height wise, he is going to be very, very tall. I'm contemplating whether to do a long sword like Frostmourne, or to just have walkers with me, no weapons whatsoever. I actually have a shield which I can put on my shoulder or on my back, but it depends on what I feel like on the day. I have a chest piece to wear, I have leg pieces to wear, and it'll be my first time doing, I don't know if you can call them digigrade legs, but it's adding foam to the front and back of my legs to make it look like animal legs. But this has been my first time actually making a fursuit costume for myself. Although it's not fully fursuited, because everything's going to be laid onto a black t-shirt, and then any gaps that are shown I will be adding black fur and brown fur to make it look like the fur's poking through. But it's still classed as a fursuit to me, and it would be my first. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. But yeah, this the costume will be full of LED lights. He'll be glowing really well. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't think I have got a chest armour already made, but unfortunately it's drying. I still need to put on some more coats of paint. It started to disintegrate around the edges, so I think I need to start putting some varnish on it very, very soon. But for now, I think I'll be stopping working on him and start working on my Powman. I've got some fabric left over, so I can start working on making the feet. I'm thinking of putting them over some shoes. Wear normal shoes, attach the front of the legs to them, because I'll be wearing something a little bit different, which is skin tight black trousers, and I have very thin pole-like legs, which are really wrinkly. Which is being stuck to the front of the leg. So you have your leg there, but then you have the stick bit there, and that'll be attached to my foot, which is there. So then you just put foam toes on and things like that, and just cover them in foam and fabric. But yes, I think that's it really. So in May, if you see someone dressed as Powman, that will be me. If you're too afraid to come over, I won't hold it against you, because I will be in my roleplay mode. I will be trying to scare people, and if things go to plan, I'm hoping to enter him into the masquerade, and I'm hoping to get some blood capsules, an old Barbie doll, some fake wings, and making a fairy which I can actually bite into inside the costume and make all the blood come down. But whether or not that happens is another thing. We're also thinking of probably doing a few fairies that will attach to my back, which will float around me so I can make it look like I'm going to grab them. But that's in May, and then in October this year I will be doing my touring. Not only that, I will be working on another costume at the same time. My dad has decided to go big and bigger and bigger with his costumes, and he has asked me to make Beast from Beauty and the Beast. This is Beast as in fursuit Beast. Again, I've seen many different styles of Beast on the internet. Some absolutely fantastic. Some are the official ones from the musicals and things, but some are very iffy for me. I'm not an elitist. I don't think I'm better than everybody else, but I know that I can do better than that. So I have been said yes and decided to go along with the challenge. I have the fabric already for his blue coat. I have the fabric already for his trousers. I have all the foam I need. It's just getting the fur, and hopefully it's not going to cost too much to get that, because fur here is very expensive. You're looking roughly £12 a metre. But yes, so in October, if you see a beast from Beauty and the Beast, that is my father. He'll probably have either my mum, who will be with a wheelchair, or my partner. I don't know if he's cosplaying, but he'll have a walker with him. I will probably be alone, but then hopefully I won't be. I'll probably have a walker with me as well. Because of the height I'm going to be, I will need some help balancing out. If I don't have a walker, just pre-warning, do not jump up on us. We aren't balanced very well. We may look it, but we're not. But yes, there we go. They are the plans for this 2011 cosplaying thing. Everything will be showcased at London MCM Expo in May and October 2011. And if you see us, I do hope you'll come take photos, take videos, and just generally say hi. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you there. Bye.